Freeman, Brian Wilson, Mary Catherine Ham, today's newsmakers, and you, the Morning Majority. 105.9 FM, AM 630. WMAL.
7:37. I'm catching unmitigated hell for my position on the Capitol Christmas tree, but I stand by what I believe. I believe it with all my heart. We'll talk about it maybe another day. What do you say?
Well, just because you hate America and hate Christmas, you know, that's not my problem.
The war on Christmas starts here.
No.
And Brian Wilson is the general.
I am very much in favor of Christmas and Christmas trees, just not taking one out of the forest. Okay, look, I don't want to cut into KT's time. We'll talk about this another day. KT McFARLAND is now with us, and KT, I got stuff I got to ask you about. I've been studying these pictures that were taken by satellites of military installations inside Iran over the past 2 weeks. And there's a whole series of pictures that seem to show that military installations, apparently where they were developing their missile technology, and some other installations where they may have been working on their nuclear program. There have been some extensive, large explosions that did a lot of damage, and yet you don't hear the Iranians talking about this, and you don't hear anybody else talking about this. What do you think?
Well, the spy wars are heating up. That part of the world, Iran is increasingly getting closer and closer and closer to nuclear weapons, and we're increasingly to the point of having only two rotten choices. Option A, bomb Iran. Option B, let Iran get the bomb. The Israelis are desperate, as we are looking desperately for an option C. What the Israelis are doing is trying to sabotage the Iranian program. They've done it with computer viruses. There was Stuxnet. Now there appears to be a new computer virus. They've also done it through sabotage by trying to kill and assassinate the leaders of the Iranian nuclear and missile programs. The United States is trying to do it, but with sanctions, less effective. So I'm not at all surprised, and nobody's going to claim credit for it because the Israelis don't want to have everybody alerted to it, and the Iranians don't want to have everybody alerted to the fact that it happened.
Well, this was sort of like that attack on the nuclear facility inside Syria that nobody talked about. All of a sudden they said, hey, what happened there?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Well, it almost has the look of maybe an aerial attack, does it not?
You know, that you mean a missile attack? I'm not sure. I think that what has happened, though, in that region is you'll never know who did it or probably even how they did it. But what you are seeing evidence of is Iran is talking about we're rounding up spy networks. We're arresting CIA agents. We're arresting Israeli agents who have burrowed inside and outside
and that's the response?
Program. Well, it's all part of the same spy wars thing. You know, we've got spies. They want to get rid of the spies. We try to sabotage. They cover it up. So things are heating up in the region.
What about this attack on the British embassy yesterday in Iran? Was that legitimately protesters upset about sanctions, or was it the fact that the Iranians actually did this, and was that in retaliation to maybe some explosions that were happening throughout the country?
But you know, again, the whole thing is heating up, and if you think that was just a bunch of student protesters like Occupy Wall Street, you know, I've got this Santa Claus thing I want to talk to you about. No,
don't go after Santa now.
Yeah, you just do the Christmas tree. Forget Santa. Look, remember, who is Ahmadinejad? Ahmadinejad was one of the guys in the original takeover of the U.S. embassy and taking the U.S. diplomats hostage. So this is a game this guy knows. So I think that it was a signal to the British, don't you dare do these sanctions that you've just agreed with the United States to do against our country.
We've been talking about today, and I know it's dangerous to speak too soon in this primary, but it looks like it may be shaping up as a Newt versus Romney two-man race. As somebody who's really interested in foreign policy and getting things right in the region that's heating up, is there anything in their two discussions during debates that you feel like is missing? How is that foreign policy debate going to shape up between the two of them?
Well, I mean, and who knows if it is just the two of them. I'm
right.
Not ready to throw in any towels at this point. To me, it's a matter of anybody but Obama, because if we didn't have when President Obama took that oath of office, America was the undisputed major leader in the world. Everybody, our friends, our foes, and we thought that. And now we are 3 years later, and our foes are taking advantage of it. Our friends aren't listening to us. And something like 70-some% of the American people think that this decline that America is going through is not just a temporary glitch, but it's permanent, irrevocable. Now, to me, any president other than Obama, including Big Bird, is not going to do as much damage as President Obama has done.
Pakistan, it says, is now boycotting a conference on the future of Afghanistan, this NATO airstrike. The relationship between us and Pakistan obviously hasn't been too good.
It's the battered wife syndrome. You know, they keep doing this wrong, and they promise, oh, next time things will be different. And we keep thinking, well, you know, if we just worked a little harder, gave them a little more aid, just hung on a little bit longer, everything would be okay.
Wow.
But it is not getting okay. It is getting much worse. And for 10 years, we've had a tortured relationship. The Pakistanis know we're getting out. They want a friendly government in Afghanistan no matter what. And they've got the Taliban in waiting. And that, to them, they're hedging their bets, and that makes sense for them. You know, it's that whole thing about bin Laden. Think about it. They were in the finding bin Laden business. The minute they found bin Laden, they were out of business. So they kept him in a safe house. And at the end of the day, what is our best interest? Is it really the right thing for us to do to give assistance to Pakistan that they turn around and use to build more nuclear weapons, and they turn around and give to the Taliban and Haqqani network, who then kill our people? I think it's time to totally reassess Afghanistan and Pakistan and find a new friend in that region, which is not Afghanistan and not Pakistan.
All right, KT.
Great to have you on as always. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Merry Christmas.
You
Merry
too.
Christmas to you.
too.
And to the trees.
Stop it.